Hey everyone! So today we're going to be replicating this eye onto the other one, as well as finishing the rest of our makeup. First we're going to start with our Urban Decay Primer Potion for our eyeshadow to make sure it is nice and set and does not budge. Next we're going into a ColourPop palette that I created myself, and we're going to be using the shade Locked and Loaded. Put that all over our lid just as a base shadow to make sure everything blends nice. Next we're moving on to the shade Sea Stars, also by ColourPop. I'm going to use this as a transition shade. Put this right in the crease and just above it as well. And I forgot to put tape on to not make a mess, so we're going to do that now. Some good old Scotch tape. Continue in with that Sea Star shade. Next we're going into our Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. We're going to be using the shade Red Ochre. We're going to be putting that right in the outer third. We're not putting that in the outer third. We're putting that in the crease. We're just going to build that up, and we put it just above the crease because I have slightly hooded eyes, so we want to make sure that we can see the color when my eyes are open. Now we're going to be going into the shade Venetian Red, also in the Modern Renaissance palette, and that we are going to be putting in the outer third. Just use a blending brush, put that right there in the outer corner. Just building it up until we get the intensity that we want. And because I want a little bit more intensity in that outer corner, we're going to be going back to their ColourPop shades and using the shade Going Steady. Put that directly in the corner just to build up that intensity some more. Next we're going to be taking our Tarte Shape Tape. And we're going to be putting that on our lid, doing a cut crease eye today. So we're just going to make sure that crease is nice and cut out. Then we'll be going in to ColourPop and using the shade Come and Get It. We're just placing that everywhere that we put the concealer. Then we're going to go back in with our blending brush and just take whatever's left on our brush from before. We're just going to blend out those edges so they're not so harsh. Next we'll be taking our Loreal Voluminous Superstar Liquid Eyeliner. It's in the shade Black. And just creating ourselves a winged liner. And we're going to take this tape off for the most gratifying effect to get that sharp line. Now we're going to be going into our L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. Next we'll be taking a Physicians Formula Nude Wear Touch of Glow palette and just using that as our brow bone highlight. We're also going to be going into this and using it as our inner corner as well. Now we're going to be taking our Smashbox primer water and spraying this all over our face. Then going in with the Becca Backlight priming filter. Just had a sample of this, so I wanted to try it out. It's going for a very dewy effect today, as you will soon see. Next we're taking another sample. This is the Josie Maran Argan Enlightenment Illuminizer. Just wait for it. I put this on and do not realize how illuminizing this gets. It reminded me of like a bronzer highlight. But we're going with it. Next we're taking a combination of the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth foundation in 125 Nude Beige, and also the Pure Cosmetics Bare It All foundation in Blush Medium. Just going to use that and put that all over our face for our foundation today. And as you can see, with the light reflecting off my face, I still have a very dewy glow. We're going back into our Tarte Shape Tape, the shade Light Neutral. Just going to conceal under our eyes and highlight. And that's the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge, and I like the straight line that it has because it really allows you to get around that eyeshadow to make a nice line. Next is the NYX Mineral Set It and Don't Fret It Matte Finishing Powder. This is one of my favorite finishing powders, not only from the drugstore but in general. Make sure to get that hair off my face as well. Next, we're going to be going into our e.l.f. bronzer. It is the Cool Bronzer. It has 4 different shades, and I just mix them all together. Going to add some color to our cheeks. Then we're also going to put this underneath our jawline to sort of contour. And we're also going to warm up our hairline as well. Next, for blush, we're going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me blush in the shade Peach. And you have to go in with this with a very light hand because I have made myself look like a clown before. So you do not need to take much out of the container at all. Next, we're going back into the Physicians Formula Nude Wear Touch of Glow palette. Just going to mix them all together and use this as our highlight. Although highlight might not really be needed because of that Josie Maran Illuminizer that I used. But we just go for the blinding effect every time. Now we're going into the Maybelline Colorsensational lipstick. It's in 450 Romantic Rose. This was the first time that I was trying this lipstick. Didn't turn out quite the color that I wanted. So next we're going to be topping it with the Model Co. Lip Lacquer and Creme Brulee. So there you have it. There's our final look. Make sure to subscribe down below. And don't forget to like the video. Bye!